Hey everybody, today I'm gonna review the one of the demo project about the sales lead qualification using n8n flow and some AI qualification using OpenAI API. So the problem is, imagine we have some standard lead form which has some standard fields like first name, last name, email, and so on, and all these leads are coming to the HubSpot CRM, and you as a salesperson want to somehow qualify those leads based on their fields data that is populated there to have some automatic priorities, whom to contact first without any manual need of investigation of each lead. So the end result that we're expecting here is to have the lead but with some custom fields populated with some AI qualification scored, some status, is it qualified lead or not, and some AI recommended action with basically corresponding task created if it meets the criteria, so if it is qualified. And basically in our n8n flow, what is happening here is that this part is responsible for the receiving the contact data from the HubSpot itself and extracting needed information that's gonna be sent to the OpenAI API here, and the data we are sending to the OpenAI is basically just this only field that we are sending to assess it with the LLM and expecting this kind of output with strict parameters and their values to use in our further scoring process. So basically here in this flow, this is our kind of our main brain of our automation process of this lead qualification, and in OpenAI we just assess in one field for different parameters here, but at the same time we have the here in the score and decide is our main logic. So it's kind of scoring logic that we trying to assess each field based on different parameters with maximum score of 100. And from this score, it's basically it depends will this lead will be qualified in the HubSpot or it will be basically not qualified. But in the same time, we have some hard rules also implemented in this same logic, which is basically the pure JavaScript code. So it's deterministic logic, which has the hard rules to escalate to the status basically manual review required, and there is also logic described here based on the parameters we got. I've also forgot to mention this step. It's basically about enriching our initial lead with some more information. Like, imagine we have this initial lead with only this data, but after this lead came to the system, we do the mocking process just to enrich it with more useful details like industry, employee band, or some other fields. I mean, of course, it could be done using some paid enrichment API or using some AI LLMs approach as well, but we just use some mocking process here also as a pure JavaScript code just to for the simplicity for this demo. So after our main logic of qualifying this lead is complete, there is HubSpot contact itself is updated with the corresponding data that received, and the follow-up task is also created in the HubSpot. So the results gonna look like this. For example, this contact that was displayed on the example has 100 score with the qualified status, and the corresponding task is created. Another example is for the not qualified, which status nurture, and you could see that no task is created. There is nothing to do with this lead, so it's not that urgent. We are putting it on the backlog just because the LLM decided it's not that, and based on our other logic. So you could read the intent here from those lead. And the last example is when the lead is basically sent to the review required status, and at the same time corresponding task is created about the reviewer ambiguous lead before outreach. So it's need human clarification for those leads, because due to our logic it's something missing, or the score doesn't match, or some other things they described. So that's kind of it. I mean, if you are interested, you could download this whole project and run it locally. This GitHub repo has all the related documentation how to run it. Feel free to ask any questions and comment, or reach out and connect on LinkedIn. Hope it will be interested or useful for someone doing something similar.